Well, the last devotional of the Four Connects series we've done as a pause before we're going to get right back into where we left off in our walking through the Bible this coming Monday. But I want to close off this series, and I want to close off talking about connecting to the lost with the two best pieces of advice, or the two thoughts that in the last few years have really shaped me. And I'm hoping they'll be of help to you. And if I can do them, anyone can do them. First is this. It's about 3.5, 4 years now, I was feeling really disgruntled. Just don't take this the wrong way, folks, but one of the things that's really hard about being a pastor for me is I'm around Christians way too much. Again, that's part of my role to a certain degree, and that's all well, fine and good. But I was just like, God, Bridget was just having great conversations with people who don't follow Jesus, and deep spiritual conversations, and having these wonderful times because she was in spaces where she was connecting with lost people. And I was just sitting in my office way too much. And, frankly, lost people just don't show up to the church door all that often. It happens, but it's not exactly a great strategy. And so I just decided, God, would you send me a sinner? That was my prayer. God, would you send me a sinner? Bring someone into my life who I can bless and invite to follow you, who's looking for that, who's open for that. And so I just started praying that each day, just a simple sentence. Jesus, would you send me a sinner? And about 2.5 weeks later, a sinner walked into my life. And over the last number of years, I've had a number of interactions. Seen this person move closer to Jesus. Would I say they're following Jesus fully yet? No. Are they a lot closer? Are they experiencing a lot more freedom? Yeah. Is the journey done? I hope not. COVID hasn't helped, but it hasn't stopped. But just that prayer, Lord, send me a sinner. Because God knows who he wants to place in our life. And so if you're just feeling stuck, or maybe you're not like me, you're in a job environment, for example, where you're constantly around sinners. Great. Still, Jesus, show me the one, show me the two, show me who you have placed me here to be a part of their lives. And so maybe just that prayer, and then allow God to answer it. Be looking for that. Some of the best answers to prayer are when we get to be part of the answer. So, Jesus, send me a sinner. Second thing is, I used to feel all this pressure. Sometimes pressure I was putting on myself, my performance-based acceptance kind of kicking in. I think it was church culture I grew up in, just some of the language I would hear people talk about. And it was this like, how many people have you led to Jesus? Or how many spiritual conversations have you had this week? And it was, for me, and against my temperament, I love having deep conversations, but I like responding to where people are at, not trying to force something. And that's how I was kind of feeling from all this. How many people have you shared Jesus with? How many people have you led to Christ? And I've come across what I think is a better question. And the better question is this: how many people have I listened to in Christ this week? Now, This can apply to brothers and sisters in Christ. This can apply to any person God brings into my sphere, your day. God, how many people have I listened to in Christ? Or I'm engaging in this conversation, and at the same time, I'm praying, God, how can I be a blessing to this person? God, where is there an opportunity where I could be inviting them to see you? Yeah. So that works for fellow believers, but it also puts us in a place where we can be listening to the Spirit, connecting to God, and allowing that to filter through to how we might serve others or how we may connect to show the love of Jesus. And so it leads to times to share, it leads times to talk about who God is, what Jesus has done, that he is king, that we are called to lay our lives down in surrender and allegiance to him. But for me, I have found it freeing to be in a mindset of listening for Jesus rather than starting from, I need to be speaking on his behalf. That should happen. That does happen. But for me, starting from that place of listening is freeing, because some people, they're not in a place of being willing to listen themselves. So forcing the issue may push them away. Listening for Jesus, listening to the other person is a great way for them to start sharing their story, so we can see by the Spirit how the story of Jesus has been at work in their life already, or what Jesus is looking to do that day. I hope this series has been helpful. If there's any questions, any thoughts, love to hear them. Connect with me, connect with Pastor David. Love to have conversations about helping one another to follow Jesus well as a church family. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today, would you know his peace? God bless.